Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Airlinesim with me, Alfapiomega and PNLL. I have a lot of news today, mostly because I have been severely delayed in recording due to a family emergency. So this video is coming a bit off the schedule, about a week and a half after the last one. So bear with me, I'm gonna try to explain everything. So, first of all, what I want to mention is that we now have two Airbus A319 Light Enhanced. Both are leased from Helvetia Air. They are brand new. Helvetia Air leased it to us at 80% of the cost, so they are very good, I would say this is a great deal for us. So right now we're actually having 7 aircraft from them, 2 Airbuses and 5 Canada regional jets. Now I have done what I promised, and I have started transferring the flights from the 717s to the A320 family. The first one was given to us last week. It's Jakub, named after the most I would say popular Polish name, because it's, I found a page where they are named, so I named it Jakub. As you can see, it's doing extremely well. The only problem we have is with the Moscow flight, where we're not getting a completely full aircraft, but it is still extremely profitable. We're earning about 3.3 thousand, and we're getting an insane amount of feeding traffic from that. The flights to Tel Aviv are another flights that are not completely full, but still they're earning us a great amount of money, and we're getting a lot of feeder traffic from there as well. Plus the return flight is always full, and it's extremely profitable. 29% margin is awesome. 20% margin is way above what we are earning anyway, so I'm happy about this. I'm also kind of happy that all the cargo on these flights is fully booked, because cargo has been something that I neglected for a long time. And when you look at the facts and figures, you'll see that it has started increasing already. We have 2% extra, and the aircraft has been added at the end of the week to us. We have gotten another aircraft today. I have scheduled the flight. The aircraft is named Casper, and it has the same configuration. The flights this one is gonna serve is gonna be Stockholm, Moscow, another daily connection, and Gatwick. So the utilization of both aircraft is fairly good, at least in my opinion. When you look at that, they're doing very well. Jakub or Jakob, I'm not sure how this is pronounced in Polish. I would say Jakub, as in Czech, is having 4 daily connections. No, actually 3. Yeah, Tel Aviv, Moscow, and Minsk. And Casper is having 3 as well. Stockholm, Moscow, and Gatwick. Now, I don't know if there has been, there's almost no bookings yet, because I really scheduled it today in the morning. So there's not much to say about Casper yet. What I'm gonna say, though, is that I have already returned one of the 717s, and I am returning a second one, I think tomorrow, honestly. I'm not entirely sure. Tomorrow at 1944, the SPAR will, the contract will expire, returning to us nearly $1 million, which is way more than I actually thought we paid in deposit for this aircraft. So that's good news too. Now the bad news is that we are not having that much luck with scheduling or rescheduling the flights. The other aircraft are a bit of a mess. I have no flights to put on here, so the fleet is actually falling apart. And as far as I'm concerned, this aircraft that we are going to return had an extra flight that we actually have no one to take over. So the flight that's going to disappear is the flight to Gatwick, London. So we're going to lose one of the connections, which is a bit of a bummer. I'm actually not sure. Yeah, I think it's this one. The 913 departing at 14:05, or maybe it's the night one. I'm not entirely sure. One of them will disappear. Actually, no, it's already gone. It was the 6. Yeah, it was the 6 o'clock connection. So that one is gone. I'll have to figure out how to reschedule it, and I'll probably put it on the next aircraft. Though, however, the next 2 aircraft that I have negotiated with Helvetia Air about will be A320s. And I'm pretty sure that we will already put some of these flights on the A320. Now, I'm especially thinking about the Tel Aviv and the Minsk, and we might probably put in Stockholm as well, do a bit of a hybrid from both of the planes, because those flights are always full. Actually, Tel Aviv is not, but I kind of like this connection. It's already very profitable, and we could use a bit more space in the business class and cargo. When I will show you the cabin configuration that I have for this flight, or for this aircraft, I'm kind of messed up today. I don't know what's up with me. You will see that we get a ton more people in business, and we get a lot more people in economy as well. However, that will fill up on the return flight, which is good. Also, it is kind of good to mention one thing that I noticed. When we look at the route from Warsaw to Tel Aviv, and add the aircraft that we're talking about here, which is the A319 Enhanced, and when we put in the A320neo Light, which is the one that I want to get, you will see that the profit raises significantly. And that comes partly from the fact that the Neo A320 uses less fuel than the A319 Enhanced. That's just the development. You get more for less. So switching to this will actually make it a bit more profitable. You can see that we get about the same amount at 60% full Airbus A320neo Light as we would get at a 70% full A31900. So I'm psyched about that. I'm actually really happy. Another thing that I would like to mention is that I have dropped the Gatwick flight, one of them, but I will reschedule it later on when I can. But I picked up one thing from the comments, and that is that I should try a route to a destination that I didn't fly to before, and that is Sandefjord-Torp. I scheduled a flight with a Canada Regional Jet 1000 there, and I'm gonna try it. I have been able to do this because I've been kind of switching the flights around between the Canada Regional Jets 717s and 320. It's a bit of a mess. I don't want to get into that much details. You should just remember that we have lost the flight to Gatwick and that we have instead gotten the flight to Sandefjord-Torp. I'm really sorry if I butchered the name. I'm trying my best here. So the plan for the upcoming days is basically return all the spare 717s that we have, these two, and get 2 A320s. So that's gonna be a bit of an issue to schedule it correctly, see how we're gonna do it with that, and then I'm gonna write a message to Helvetia Air and ask him if he is interested in continuing to work as my lessor. Because I kind of have a high opinion of Helvetia Air. He has been doing a lot of work for me, and he has been really kind. So this is a mutually beneficial business. I am going to continue playing and paying him as a customer. I'm his interlining partner, and I feed his traffic as well. So and also I pay him for the aircraft every week. So he's already getting, by the way, quite a lot of money from me every week. When we look at it, I'm actually kind of interested how much he gets. It's 5 times this. So, leasing payment. Why am I paying more for this one and less for the other ones? It's a bit weird. I think that might be a mistake. Let's we'll go with this times 5, and then we're gonna get this. was 212, 500 plus 212, 500. Yeah, so I'm paying over 1.11 million every week to him for leasing. So that's pretty good business, for him as well. It's gonna take him, I calculated, about 5 years to get back his initial investment, but that's still good for him, And I also said that eventually I might be willing to buy those aircraft from him if my airline continues to establish itself and grow. So who knows what's going to happen in the future. If the A320s work, I might consider getting one A321 Neo Light and then a couple more A319s. I can actually get those aircraft for myself too at this point, but it would be less profitable because I can't really order them en masse, and honestly, I would be paying way more for them than I am right now. So, for example, if I order 2 of them, you will see that I would pay 2.5 million in deposit and 250,000 per each, while now I'm paying 212,000, something like that. Yeah, 212,000. So I'm getting a bit discount from Helvetia Air. I should notice that if you order quite a lot of aircraft, you get a decent discount on them. Yeah, if I ordered 100 of them, I would be paying only 237,000 per one aircraft. But I would have to put a security deposit of 237 million for those. And if I wanted to purchase them, that would be 4,750,000,000 for the aircraft. So it's a bit different kind of game than we are playing here. One last thing that I would like to mention is, as part of our continuing, I would say, cooperation, Helvetia Air has messaged me that it's gonna drop a couple of its flights, and that he's leaving them. And I decided to take them over, and they are very profitable. So I leased a new Bombardier Canada Regional Jet 200, and I took over both routes. He was flying to Basel, Mulhouse, which is Helvetia Air's hub, and to Palanga. Palanga is a small city in Lithuania. It's a very small airport, actually, but it's giving me an incredibly good amount of traffic. We're actually flying there twice per day, same as with Basel. And these 4 routes are almost completely booked every day. So I'm kind of happy with that. I added that as an experiment. I could probably upgrade this to a Canada Regional Jet 700 at this point. But I'm trying not to go all crazy here. I was considering getting a new Canada Regional Jet 1000. There's a couple of them on the market for a fairly decent price, honestly. Better than Helvetia Air has been offering me. They're a bit aged, 4.8 years, but that's still, doable. When you look at the cash flow, I'm paying for these ones 137,000, so they will be much cheaper. But I want to keep myself safe. We're not that rich yet. On the same account, and maybe as an ending to this episode, I will show you the accounting. We have overdone ourselves last week again by reaching a 15% margin and an overall profit of 2,251,733 Airlinesim dollars. This is an increase of almost $250,000. It's an increase in margin of 1%, and it goes to say that I am expecting even bigger profit this week. I'm very interested in how far we're going to take this, because as I keep optimizing and increasing my cover, you can see that the seat load factor has reached a peak of 95.45% this week, and it is probably going to climb even higher. I don't know if AGEX is still increasing. It is. So we're enjoying an incredible boom right now in the travel industry. So I need to ride this wave as far as I can. I've been slowly starting to increase the prices on the flights that I'm moving to the new Canada regional jets 1000s and the Airbuses, because they have a very high rating as they are. There's no need to discount the flights that much, and that means that I'm only gonna get a bit more in cash from those. So I'll see you folks probably, if all goes well, this weekend. That would be in 5 or 6 days. We'll check how our airline is doing, how the load factor is, and we'll probably think about if we are maybe able to expand our plans to look into acquiring another Canada Regional Jet 1000 together with the new A320neo, or if we're going to wait. Now, I have been talking about cargo quite a lot, but I don't want to get that much into it. At this point, I really would like to just see the cargo money increase, to see the cargo load factor increase, and to get it above 100,000 in profit. Because, you know, as we put in more Airbuses, we will get more cargo, and as we get more cargo, the net will widen. So eventually we might think about starting a small subsidiary, a cargo subsidiary, that would work with us, but at this point there is no need. Honestly, none of the aircraft we are using has any possibility to get you know, cargo variants. There's no Bombardier Canada Regional Jet cargo variant in the game. There is actually an existing one in the world, but not here. But the A319 fleet or A320 fleet will be good. It's gonna build a basis for a possible cargo subsidiary in the future. I'm also, and I know I've tried this before and I failed, and then I tried it again and I failed again, but I'm also looking at some long-haul destinations that would be doable for us. We have tried New York twice. We failed twice. But as I put in the A320 family, and you know, the Canada Regional Jet 1000 family, we are actually really going up as far as amount of transported passengers go. You can see it here at the facts and figures. The passenger transported is increasing every single week by a huge amount. I can't really go back into the videos and check how much we had in the past. I actually might, I will probably forget, however. But as the amount of transported passengers grows, the door opens a bit more for us to establish a long-haul flight. So I'm thinking about this again. We do have everything it takes. We do have the money, and I noticed recently that there has been a lot of 757s entering the market. The problem with these is, however, that they're extremely old. So I would probably much rather go again with the Tupolevs. I know those aren't as good as some other aircraft, but we can outfit them very well. I had no, that's the wrong window. Where's the cabin configuration? Here. I previously outfitted them with this configuration, but I decided that this one would be much better because there is definitely no way we can get the first class passengers at this point. We have no basis for that. So the long haul is much better, I think. We get more economy passengers. So that's something that I would like to revisit after we get the A320 Neos and we decide what's going to come next. But again, with a profit of, if we get this, and I think that's doable by that time, to 2.5 million every week, we will grow at a speed that will ensure that we can basically go and start adding the Airbuses on our own, even if Helvetia Air is no longer interested in helping us. But again, I would really like to cooperate with him, and I, cherish what he's doing for me. So anyway, this is all for today. I hope you enjoyed the update. It's a bit of a, all over the place, I understand, but big things are happening, big things are coming, and I'm looking forward to having you at the next video. So till then, you guys, take care.